From the grounds of Eastern High School in Voorhees, New Jersey, Comcast Channel 5 Sports presents Girls High School Soccer. Today, it's the South Jersey Coaches Association Championship Final with Eastern Regional High School taking on Gloucester Catholic. Hello again, everyone. Rob Christ along with my partner, Tadd Kozeniewski. Beautiful afternoon for soccer here. 65 degrees, sunny. We're on the turf today. Championship game. Two teams very familiar with one another. Gloucester Catholic and Eastern, they faced off earlier in the season where Gloucester Catholic won the game, but these are two coaches also very familiar with one another. Head coach Jamie McGroarty of Eastern High School, formerly the head coach at Delsea, faced Kate Ormsby, the head coach of Gloucester Catholic, time in and time out. Two arch rivals, very familiar with one another. Should be a good one.
Yeah, and it's all up to the players now at this point. Something interesting about this game is you get your first look at the field here. We're going to play on this next turf surface at Eastern. And even though Eastern is the home team, I'm told they don't play a lot of games on this surface. So don't necessarily think it's going to be an advantage for Eastern because they haven't played on the surface a lot.
Well, it's funny because you say Eastern's the home team, but for today's purposes, they're actually the away team. Let's talk about Eastern Regional High School. They have been beset by a number of injuries, 4 ACLs, 1 MCL. One of the things that has happened is they are forced to put Kate Kozeniewski in goal. She has done a tremendous job this season.
Very athletic player in goal, and that's the anchor of this Eastern team. They're very defensively strong. They're going to challenge you defensively. And in the net, Kozeniewski, a very strong performer in net. She's going to be challenged here today against a tough Gloucester Catholic team.
Well, you talk about this Gloucester Catholic team being tough. That's an understatement. 18-0 on the season. Kate Ormsby certainly didn't expect them to be in this position at this point, but they're led by a number of key freshmen. Foremost is Nikki Stone, arguably the top striker in all of South Jersey.
She comes in with 10 goals. It's amazing. Underclassmen with a lot of strength on this team. She's one of the leaders, could be one of the best players in her position in South Jersey. It's amazing for a team as highly ranked as they are and undefeated to have some underclassmen leadership as this team does.
Well, one subplot for this game, head coach Jamie McGroarty of Eastern High School has 199 career victories. This would be win number 200. What a storybook ending it would be for Coach McGroarty. Not only winning 200 in the championship final, but also here on your home turf. Gloucester Catholic will have a lot to say about that. We'll have the start of it after this. Welcome back to Eastern High School. We are underway here. As you see, Gloucester Catholic in the white with red trim. Eastern in the blue with cardinal red pants. Rob Christ along with Tadd Kozeniewski. Here, South Jersey Coaches Tournament Final. Again, these are two teams very familiar with one another. Gloucester Catholic getting the better of it earlier in the season. Coach Ormsby and Coach McGroarty, rivals from way back. In fact, Sue Ormsby said that Jamie McGroarty is her mentor. Kozeniewski, the goalkeeper for Gloucester Catholic, and they'll have a free kick here. Both of these teams, Tad, said the first goal will be critical.
Yeah, in a game that's going to be this tightly contested as we get throughout this game, we'll break down how these teams got here. A lot of close scores, even one overtime game involved.
And Gloucester Catholic with the ball loses possession as the feed from Vatrabedian a little bit too strong. Now, I think Gloucester Catholic typically here will have the edge speed-wise, but the physical end of things certainly favors Eastern. Coach Ormsby liked the fact that they were playing on turf, thought that that may be to their advantage.
Yeah, you would think a faster team. This is a very fast service. The ball can skip on it, especially as the sun's going to set, and it'll be interesting to see how that develops.
Of course, prior to this game, we had the boys' final. An excellent Ocean City team continued thumping all of South Jersey, defeating Rancocas Valley 3-1. They certainly had the better of play throughout. And right now, each team kind of feeling itself out here early.
Yeah, you'd expect a cautious play early on, maybe the first 10 minutes.
And there you see Nikki Stone. We talked about her during the top. Just a tremendous aggressive talent, someone who plays beyond her freshman years.
She had a great job of protecting the ball there, too.
Good shield here, Gloucester Catholic's Mary Chu, and that will sail wide. Turn it over to Gloucester.
It's almost a dump and chase opportunity. She just turned down and shot the ball to the far post, hoping that somebody could beat her. You can see from that shot right there, Rob, the sun on a shot from the stands towards the goal is going to be very tough for the goaltender on our right today. His coach is going to help out with the ball there. something I'd think about early on if I'm Gloucester Catholic. Bring it up on your right side offensively, put it up in the air a little bit. It's going to be tough for the goaltender to pick it up.
And one of the things that's a strong point of this Gloucester Catholic team is the tremendous composure that they have illustrated throughout the season. And that's something that Ormsby feels is another key component to this afternoon's game. In the first game versus these teams, she really felt that her girls were a little intimidated by Eastern. And once they started to get their legs, things worked itself out. And had an opportunity to watch that game. The second half certainly dominated by Gloucester Catholic. In fact, Eastern's last goal, kind of a freakish goal. And again, Gloucester Catholic has pretty much had their way with every team they have had on their schedule.
And that's why that first goal for either team is so important, because if Eastern gets it, then they say mentally, hey, we can play with this team. If Gloucester Catholic can get on the board first, then that's really going to get Eastern thinking about this game.
Knocked out, and Eastern will quickly have a throw-in.
And Eastern, again, coming in, they do have a couple of losses, but they avenged the loss to the other team they had, Lenape. So that's what they're attempting to do here today, Rob.
Volleyed up and taken away here. Caitlin Maceros, a long feed to no one in particular, and back to tend to that is Morgan Kohler.
Looks like a big part of their game today, Rob. Dump it ahead and let their speed chase it down.
On the near flank, Eastern will look to turn and feed. Chasing it down is Edelman, and she's taking the place of Brianna Rubino, someone we didn't really mention earlier. Brianna Rubino was or is their top player, and she is lost for the rest of the season. That's a critical loss to this Eastern Vikings lineup.
But a credit to them when you lose a player like that, who you are playing in the coaches tournament. So they've proven that they can win and play without her, and they just have a very tough task in front of them today. But I think it's to your advantage that you've played this team once before, especially as the underdog. You know what they're all about.
Sent away by the Rams. Tad, I've always wondered if it's the girls, can they be Rams?
Lady Rams is usually what we went by, but I guess it's whatever your preference is. Well, again, you saw the
Lady
speed
Rams,
there.
It's kind of an oxymoron, isn't it?
It kind of is, you're right. I guess we go with the Rams. I'm really impressed with the speed, though, this Gloucester Catholic team. Again, a lot of these dump balls, a lot of the one-on-one battles been won by Gloucester Catholic. That's where the defense is really going to be challenged today for Eastern.
Bakanowski, as we mentioned, a senior. According to Coach McGordy, only has allowed really 2 soft goals over the entire season. And that obviously speaks well of Bakanowski, who is not really a goalkeeper. Goalkeeper was lost earlier in the year as well. And this is a team that has, again, suffered many injuries. And Coach McGordy very surprised to see his Eastern Vikings in this championship final.
A lot of times you can just put a really good athlete in there. To be a goaltender, you have to be a good athlete and be able to anticipate the play. And she seems to be able to do that rather well.
Both of these teams very excited to be here. Coach Ormsby said that in many ways her girls look at this as perhaps even more important than the state championships, because again, this is for bragging rights of all of South Jersey, kind of analogous to the Diamond Classic in baseball.
And they have and the Eastern has a playoff game for themselves tomorrow, so they have to get themselves back in gear and be ready for a game tomorrow, where Gloucester Catholic has the advantage. They have more than a week off till their next playoff game.
Eastern somewhat fortunate playing a Triton team that is a little undermanned right now, but again, as you mentioned, back-to-back, a tough spot for these Eastern girls.
You saw Nikki Stone there, beautiful trap, now a foot race.
And that's DeMarco, and nice little tackle by Ashley Schaefer.
That was a tough play by Schaefer. If she doesn't get contact with the ball, that's going to be wide open on the net. Nice defensive play.
Excellent in marking her offensive opponent, according to head coach Ormsby. And you saw that there, the aggressive tackle of Schaefer. So a throw in here for Eastern. It's going to be Laura Stagliano. Towards the goal, headed down, turn, knocked down, and should be an Eastern throw-in once again.
Stagliano is a pretty good throw. Let's see if they treat this almost like a corner kick here as they set this up.
See Stagliano, 3-year starter. She's a captain of this team. Throw in. 50-50 ball. Nice little head towards goal and well wide. Now, one of the things that...
wow. Corner kick.
Wow. They called that a deflection, but it's certainly not a deflection from our vantage point. I don't know if we have a replay of that, but they will have a corner here, and it's going to be Eastern's Morgan Kohler to take it. Kohler, a sweeper, and really specializes in the corners. We'll see here with 31 minutes and change. Far side, headed up, just over the crossbar. Great opportunity for Eastern.
That's a textbook corner kick there. They try to go to the far post. As we look at this play again, this is the ball they said was deflected before that on the corner kick. And it gave us the corner kick. But what a job there on that corner kick, Rob. Looking for the far post. They got a great head on it.
Great replay by our crew. Really set up that opportunity for Eastern. And quickly, it's Gloucester Catholic trying to transition, but Kohler hustling all the way back in that sweeper position. And Eastern will send it in the opposite direction. Looking to settle and go forward. It's Edelman.
Out here, look here!
Turn, and now Gloucester Catholic looking. There you see Stone shielding, turning, finding.
Well, you're right. I'm very impressed with what I've seen from Nikki Stone thus far. She sees the field beautifully.
Again, just a freshman out of Runnymede, New Jersey. And to the middle. Gloucester Catholic again, trying to put on some pressure here. Eastern really with the only opportunity thus far as we're approaching the 30-minute mark remaining in this first half. Good steal right here. Eastern, and a deflection sent away.
Boy, that was your first gift opportunity by Gloucester Catholic there as a defender. Let that get by, and that's one you probably should put in the net. That was a play by Marissa DeMarco, and she just couldn't quite get the handle on the ball.
That was right, the sophomore. Here's the opportunity once again.
See, gets taken away right here. Now, she's coming in unchallenged. She should let it go right at that point. She kind of over-kicked the ball and missed it. And then a good defensive recovery there. As you see, the goaltender also had to slide in out of position. Gloucester Catholic was very fortunate on that play.
Well, as you mentioned, just took way too much time there to set that up.
You get a chance like that, you got to go with it.
You got to bury it. Well, one of the strategies of this Eastern team is to try to pepper the goalkeeper. She is June Maloney, just a freshman, and maybe come up with some rebounds and clean up the garbage. Sent away by Gloucester Catholic. That was Maceros. And quickly into the Eastern defensive end.
It's going to be interesting to see how these two teams react after Eastern had two really good scoring opportunities and not able to put the ball even in the net at this point. One over the net and one didn't get a shot on. It'll be interesting to see how they can hold up in this game, if it builds confidence or if they start to show some frustration.
I said it was right. It was actually DeMarco with that opportunity. Again, Bakanowski will send it away. Things relatively quiet on the Eastern defensive end. Bakanowski looking at colleges down in the state of Florida. Hopes to continue her soccer career. Volleyed up towards midfield. A good shield, turn, taken away. Sarah Schaefer. And referees allowing the physical play.
Fredericks had a nice slide kick there for Eastern. Now a whistle.
Now a whistle. Today's referees, by the way, Ed Smith, Tom Podorski, and Paul Mayovich. So this goes advantage Eastern.
Yeah, two very aggressive teams. They're going at one another here today. And so far, the referees, for the most part, have let them play through, but a whistle there stops play.
Gina, far enough, Gina.
Well, once again, you'll see it's Kohler.
Gina, curl and then curl.
Kohler, the sophomore. 6 assists from the back, and there you see why. A very strong leg. And Maloney cleans it up, and she'll look to outlet it.
Good read by Maloney to get out there before the Eastern player could get to it.
Headed forward. And a little push in the back. Very vocal crowd on hand today. Beautiful afternoon for soccer.
Well, in most playoff games or games like this, you like to see the girls play and decide the game on their own, but early on, the referees have to take control of the game so it doesn't get nuts as we go on in this game.
Kohler again. Headed forward. Plenty of time. Gloucester Catholic is simply headed out of harm's way. And wisely, Eastern allows it to roll out. That was Chanel Fredericks. Fredericks, one of the few seniors on this team.
Down the line, down the line.
Throw in. DeMarco off the volley. Shielding is Gloucester Catholic, and they'll look to get it out of their end. Nice little ball, and they'll try to find Stone. Instead of racing onto it, it's Vatrabedian.
It's a good kick out there by Rachel Campbell, who saved what could have been a 3-on-2 at the time. Nice defensive play. But how about the play right down along the sideline here? How Gloucester Catholic, with no room to operate, was able to clear it out.
Nice little move and a turn there by Daugherty. She's really the go-to girl now that Rubino is out for this Eastern team. To the middle, looking for DeMarco. Looks to settle and turn. Blocked. DeMarco now with no help. Turns and finds a teammate.
Turn and go. Push your fire and go.
That's Favad.
Push your fire.
Sent out.
But
Throw in here for the Rams.
These two teams are battling away at the loose ball. The positioning, as you watch them running to the ball, is amazing. The jockeying for position that's going on.
Double down, that's it, double down.
And there you see Stone. Just a little too strong, but just in the little that you've seen of her, you can see why opposing coaches are so excited about the potential of Nikki Stone.
Except for the day that they're playing her.
That's right. A long ball, and you see some of the speed of Stone. Stone will try to cut it back inside. Still on her foot. Stone going forward. Knocked down, trying to settle. It's Schaefer. And coming back now, and it's DeMarco. Shielding, tipped out, and again, some physical play here, and it will be a throw-in for the Vikings.
Stone was pretty good the way she ran down full speed, was able to stop on a dime and get by two defenders. That was very impressive. She appears to be a little bit shaken up here, Rob, too. She's hanging around the 30-yard line of the football field. Grabbing at her wrist.
And we're going to have some substitutions. Garbowski coming in for Eastern, and checking in will be De Laurentiis for Gloucester Catholic. There you see the coaching records, pretty gaudy stuff. Kate Ormsby earning her 100th victory this season, 115, 21-7, and Jamie McGroarty 199, 60, and 16. Most of those wins coming at Delsea High School, and he will look for win number 200 today. As we mentioned, kind of a storybook opportunity here for McGroarty.
Definitely, if you could win this one, you wouldn't forget that one, the big 200 in a situation like this for Eastern High School, a team that has never won the coaches tournament in girls soccer.
McGroarty's done a nice job here at Eastern. Had struggled under a couple different coaches, and McGroarty came from Delsea, and of course won the conference last year. This year it was Lenape who won the conference.
Ashley Schaefer defensively, an outstanding play to get that ball outside the 18.
To the middle, long shot onto Maloney. Maloney knocks it down. Again, the rebound here, and DeMarco trying, and the volley through the off the crossbar, headed up, and
the linesman on the far side called that initial hit over the goal. But that was a good job to identify that by Lindsay Garbowski. Realized the goaltender was out of the net. She one-timed it and almost got it in the net.
And again, Eastern looking to go forward. So Eastern certainly had the better of play here. A couple of good opportunities. DeMarco had essentially a breakaway and just kind of hesitated, and they also had a good opportunity off the corner. Gloucester Catholic looking really for their first excellent chance. And there you see Kohler, who's done an excellent job in the back.
Eastern done a good job. They're not panicking at all, not afraid to send it all the way back to that back line of defense.
So we'll have a throw in again for the Vikings. Garbowski, the sophomore, and throw-in's kind of her specialty.
Now they get a 6-yard kick coming up. And even the road to this game for Gloucester Catholic, even though they're the #1 team in South Jersey, has not been an easy road. They went to penalty kicks to beat Holy Cross, beat Bishop Eustace in 2 overtimes, 3-2, and beat Morristown 1-0. So, Rob, you would definitely say, even though they're winning, they're not dominating as we get, I guess, an overrule here.
That's interesting because the 2 referees each had a different call. And now it looks like they're going to go and rule it a corner kick. So again, it'll be Kohler from the back.
You just hope they got it right. That's all you hope in this situation, because this is a big scoring opportunity for Eastern.
Kohler sent it away. Again, same spot, headed up. Nobody there. Wright will look to settle. Volleys. And Maloney simply allows it. And now they're saying, wow, a deflection again. So Maloney allowed it to go across the end line. Not sure as to what the outcome would be. And unfortunately for them, it'll be a corner for Eastern.
Let's take a look at it again. Let's see if this is deflected. There's your shot.
That's a good call.
Looks like it right there. Changed
like
position, spun a little bit. Good job by our crew. Here we go.
Took us. Shot on, far post, off the crossbar. Great shot by Eastern's Doherty. Again, Eastern now putting on the pressure. Back heel sent away. Kohler will look to settle. Volleys forward. And headed, looking for Stone. Stone will have to break down 2 defenders. Sent to the side, and Stone will have the throw in. Doherty with a tremendous opportunity there. Stone looks to settle. And again, they'll have a throw in. Turning. And Barbowski, nice job to shield. And again, we'll have a throw in for Eastern.
But how close was that by Doherty down the other end of the field? She shot that as well as you could want it to be done. It hooks towards the net, but just enough to get the crossbar. Otherwise, it would have been 1-0.
Megan Stoner checking into the game for Eastern High School here. And you see her in the foreground there, number 19, right with the ball, working against Mary Chu, and it'll be Chu who will throw it in for the Rams. Finding Stone. Stone shielding, turning, deflection, and nobody there but Vikings. Off the near flank, and DeMarco unable to save it.
It almost sense now that Eastern's starting to change momentum a little bit and put a little more of an offensive charge into this game.
DeMarco was this team's leading scorer last year. And we've seen that she certainly can be a threat in the offensive end. Turn, volley, Kohler hesitates, and now the Rams looking to feed and stolen away. So Ortrabedian just took a little bit too long there, and here comes Eastern quickly across the midfield stripe.
But this Eastern defense has been challenged a couple times here, and they've come up big. Here's a look at this defensive play. It's by the fullback there. Now they try and cut this in. Now again, this is where this back line of defense has done a nice job. Get a little bit of deflection, get in front there, knock it away, and clear it out. Well done.
Nice opportunity, great hustle. You saw some of those little pebbles sliding up. This, of course, artificial surface. And again, Gloucester Catholic will send it out to the side.
It's a real nice artificial surface, too. I walked on it down before the game. It's very nicely padded. You do get a grip, though, as well. It's not as not like that AstroTurf you saw at the Vet back when they played, which was pretty much like a painted over rocks.
In the box. Nicely put. In the box, and I'll allow that to go over the end line. Have you ever played?
There'll be a corner kick here. I mean, there's a big difference. If you ever even just walked on the surface of Veterans Stadium, it literally was like a parking lot that was green. This is very nicely padded. It's as close to grass as anything I've ever seen.
Yeah. This is, again, playing on AstroTurf baseball-wise, oftentimes it's basically just a piece of carpet. Here, as you say, it kind of simulates grass. In fact, this surface much slower than the old AstroTurf. Headed up again, and Gloucester Catholic able to get away from Kohler's corner and the impending danger of the Eastern Viking attack. Here comes Stone. Always around the ball. A good feed there And running onto it, it's De Laurentiis. De Laurentiis will try to save. She does. Now she'll try to set up the offense. Nice little feed for Stone. Stone cross to the middle. And a volley. Bakanaski handles it easily. So nice feed there by Stone.
Tried to get it into Trey-Bosh, but unfortunately went a little bit behind her. But you can see how dangerous this Gloucester Catholic team can be, especially in the transition game.
Quickly, this will get turned around, and it'll be Wright who will throw it in. Wright with 3 goals on the season. And here's DeMarco. And substitution coming in for Eastern. You see McGroarty really likes to substitute freely.
And that's a great advantage if you can do that throughout the game, because if you get later in the game and even hit overtime, you're going to have much fresher players who are going to be quicker to a loose ball.
Going for the Vikings. Headed forward. Up again. Maloney handles, and nobody there but Maloney. Maloney really started off the year kind of shaky, but has matured throughout the season. And you can see she's generating greater confidence as this game goes on as well.
You can see Eastern gets a nice deflection head ball there. One other head ball, but an easy save because that ball went straight up. It's almost like a fair catch in football.
There's Kohler in the back, and she's done an excellent job this afternoon. Schaefer working against Wright.
You can see very aggressive play there by Sarah. Schaefer was pushing down the Eastern player. Good call by the official.
Evan, go other side. Slide middle, slide middle. Megan, go across. Evan, go across.
You can see that Sun just about out of the picture, but still annoying enough.
And now again, Gloucester Catholic taking it away and working. A near flank. Throw in here for Vartrabedian. Finds Stone. Feathers it back. Vartrabedian with time. Looking in the middle. And Eastern will simply flick it out.
Good job of marking defensively for Eastern in this part of the field.
Schaefer with the throw in to the middle. And Eastern having some difficulty here.
Somebody slipped or got their foot caught in the surface.
Kohler with the high volley out, and Eastern comes away with it. And they'll try to work the near flank. Rushing onto it, it's Stoner. Stoner will look to turn and try to find a streaking teammate. Unable to do so, cut off by the Rams here. 15 minutes remaining here in this first half. We are scoreless. Eastern and Gloucester Catholic in the coaches' final.
Very impressed with Eastern's play thus far coming in this game. They're really taking it to Gloucester Catholic, and by far dominated with some good scoring opportunities deep in the zone. Yeah, that's Schaefer there. Nice plays.
Trying to find Grabowski. That finds its way out. You know, one of the things that Gloucester Catholic really benefited from is they played in the Beach Blast tournament in Wildwood in June. They actually won that tournament, which was kind of an opportunity for them to gel as a team, generate some confidence. And then they went on and won the Monmouth tournament. The Monmouth tournament consists of a number of great soccer schools, and particularly some excellent private schools, namely Petty and the Pennington School. They went on to win that tournament as well. So, you know, many people talk about next year being Gloucester Catholic's year prior to the season. Well, obviously, they're a year early. Turn, shot on Maloney, handles it. Well, Maloney has looked more confident as the game has progressed.
It was Doherty on that last shot. Eastern just peppered away. What their game plan was, get the ball on the net as much as possible. Doing a good job of that thus far.
Here's Stone. Schaefer, now DeMarco. Near flank, running onto it, it's Edelman. Edelman turns to the middle. Again, it's Eastern. Across. Sent away. Ooh, and that's a dangerous play by Stone.
Looks like they'll let that play. It's going to be a 6-yard goal kick. But yeah, it took off the legs of the Eastern forward. As Eastern continues, Rob, to put the pressure deep in the zone and get some good quality shots on.
And again, Kohler, who's been just a rock in the back, volleys it up. This ball goes down on Gloucester Catholic.
And Kohler stands a good 10 to 15 yards beyond everybody else in the field, and she's been able to outrace any offending player to the ball and clear it out of the zone.
Throw in for the Vikings. Long throw in. DeMarco heads it up. Again, it's Doherty. DeMarco chasing onto it. She'll look to settle. DeMarco crosses, deflected. And Maloney handles easily.
But again, nothing wrong with that. Keep challenging this goaltender. Make her work.
Punted away by Maloney. Headed forward again. Most of the play in the Gloucester Catholic defensive end. Here's Stone. Stone. You see the ball skills of Stone. Shielding. And now the Rams. And that's just a fine little play there by Kellyanne Doherty. She's been very impressive here as well.
She's not afraid to go after this Gloucester Catholic team. Big collision there as they go out of bounds. But you can see a lot of the jockeying for position with the arms, playing a lot with these calls that are on.
Slightly embellished.
Gloucester Catholic fans getting a little excited about that call.
The Rams will send it away. A long ball. And headed, looking for Stone instead. It's Eastern once again. Masaros finds Stone. Stone is almost everywhere. It's
just say, how many times have you called her name? Anytime there's a loose ball, she gets to it.
I'm just glad it's one syllable.
Yeah, it makes it much easier. I think she tried to buy a call there if she could, but the refs weren't going for it.
Bakanowski again to send it away. First team all-conference midfielder last year. Captain, 9 shutouts, 92% save percentage this season for Bakanowski.
She's only given up 3 goals in her last 6 games as well, all big games.
I think probably her biggest asset is her instinctiveness. Really reads the game well and reacts accordingly. And conversely for Gloucester Catholic, it's kind of the same thing really for goalkeeper June Maloney. She's very intelligent, has great vision, and very quick. So once she makes the read, she reacts instantly. And very decisive, and that's something you want from your goalkeeper. Turn right on. DeMarco tries the volley, could not get much on it. Another good opportunity for the Vikings.
Gloucester Catholic defender did a good job of kind of running interference in that play, trying to be as legal as she could, try to get it away. She did a good job to make that a tough shot.
Now here comes Gloucester Catholic. Again, it's Stone shielding. Nice little turn, Stone creating some space. Left footer, Bakanowski.
That is a pretty move by Stone. As she turned it to the middle of the field, you knew she'd have to shoot it with her left foot, and the goaltender read that and went to the far side of the net. It was shot right at her. Good job by Bakanowski.
Again, Gloucester Catholic now looking to put some pressure on. We are scoreless here in the first half. 8 minutes and 45 seconds remain. To the middle, good opportunity, left foot, and just a little under that was Mary Chu.
Well, again, now the interference was run ahead as the ball was taken away. She took the defender off the play. Chu was wide open there. Coming across the Stone took the play away. Stone's number 17. You'll see she's going to go down. This takes the defender out of the play. Now Chu has a clear shot at the net, and unfortunately she just kicked the field goal.
I think it was wide left.
Yep. Well, that's how important Stone is to this offense. She just not only is first to the ball, but she sometimes draws 2 and 3 defenders.
Stone has come out of the game. Get a brief respite.
But she's been stretching like she's I don't know if she's tight still or what her situation is. She's been kind of sore, has her just wandering around behind the bench. She might be developing a cramp the way she went after the water right away.
Well, the sun has come down. The lights are on here at this beautiful facility at Eastern High School. And obviously it's going to be a little bit chillier. Remember this game being played on Sunday, so the first day of daylight savings time.
It's probably very good, too. That away, Maurice.
Throw in for Eastern.
Well, here we are in this area where Eastern's been able to get some good shots on net. They're flirting with the goal here.
Wright scores. Through traffic. Playing the mist. Wright sends it home. Eastern on top.
Well, you'd have to say it was just going to be a matter of time, Rob, as they've been flirting with this the whole game. You're going to get the centering pass, and Everin Wright, you're going to see it scoot by the defender here. The defender miskicked it, and there's Wright right on the doorstep. Just got it in under the crossbar, and it's 1-0 Eastern.
Well, there you see Wright taking care of business. Her 4th goal on the season. And again, it's through the misplay by the Gloucester Catholic defense. Now, Eastern has won every game that they scored first, except one. That was against Gloucester Catholic. Again, here comes the Vikings. Near flank.
Now here,
ball, and here's Kohler.
Now here's where you're playing without Stone. As that ball came up, that's where Stone would usually come up with it. She was not able to. She's not on the field now, and trying to chase that down on the play was Vortabedian.
Well, good hustle there by Vortabedian.
You can definitely see, though, the difference in their offensive pacing when Stone isn't out there.
Going for the Vikings. 6 minutes remain in this first half. Eastern on top, 1-0. Right off the feet of Doherty. Left foot, and Kohler negates it. Right back, right in the middle, a flick on, and back and ask. Fumbles, handles.
Vortabedian did a good job there buying time. 2 players are injured inside the 18 on the far side of the field. But boy, a nice effort there by Vortabedian, who comes into this game with 20 goals. But what defense, though, by Eastern. Eastern does not seem intimidated at all by this Gloucester Catholic team. Here it is again. We'll look at it as Vortabedian going to take this here. That they both kind of twisted their ankle funny, it looked there. And Bakanowski wisely able to recover on that one.
Bakanowski.
Wow.
Boots it.
What a kick there.
DeMarco volleys, looking for Wright. Sent out. Eastern with a number 24 out there. We don't have 24 on.
Number 19, Megan Stoner.
Stoner will check into the game, and she will spell DeMarco, who's had a busy, I guess we can call it evening round. Right, Ted?
Absolutely.
Little flick, looking to settle. Stoner turns, and good block from the back. Gloucester Catholic's Trey Bosch.
We're now under 5 minutes, Rob. I've seen so many soccer games throughout the years decided with 5 minutes to go in the half with a big play for either team, and that's the kind of area we're in right now.
Nice little play here.
Whoa.
Again, some good footwork displayed by Eastern's Pavant. To the middle. A lot of time, a turn. And this time Maloney will handle it. So Stoner turned, but did not get much on it.
Good job, though, by Stoner to realize just turn around and shoot it. But as you mentioned, she kind of miskicked it, but did get enough on it to get it to the net.
Missed volley, and Eastern will send it forward. Rachel Campbell. And throwing here for the Vikings.
You really feel the intensity for this Eastern team. They are really hustling for the loose ball, and they're coming up with the majority of these open field balls at the moment.
Ball sent towards Maloney, and she'll handle it easily. Inside of 4 minutes, Vikings strike first. Right from Doherty.
That's it, right?
Right.
Use Morgan if you want.
Shielding. Right. Feeds Kohler.
It's a nice play by Wright.
Headed forward, and Stone is still on the bench. So she's had an extended stay there. Bit of a surprise, and again, Tad, you have to wonder whether or not she tweaked something.
Yeah, early in the game, maybe about 10 minutes in the game, she had a play, and she's been kind of grabbing at her arms and her legs since then. Probably wisely took herself out before the half.
Inside of 3 minutes now from the back, Kohler. A rare misread, a flick, good opportunity. Pushing it on. Vartrabedian, so dangerous there. And she is quickly swarmed by the Viking defense.
What a defensive play there. That looked like that was going to be a disaster. And Favat comes in to make the play. This looks like it's going to head to be a goal for Gloucester Catholic as their leading goal scorer comes around the corner. But look at this defense. Holding their ground. Nice slide tackle there by one player. That was Zinski. And then Favat comes in there and kicks it out the side. That's really well done by Eastern.
Throw in. Very close to a handball there. Schaefer crosses. Too strong. Wright will simply send it away. As will Eastern now. Here's Doherty. Doherty just a little too strong. A nice little slide tackle by Schaefer. And again, you can feel the pace picking up here. And a whistle blows. This will go advantage Gloucester Catholic as we head down towards 1:40 remaining.
Stay tight.
Well, Eastern knows they're playing well, but we're at just about the halfway point in this game. They still got to finish another solid 40 minutes. Corner kick.
Bit of a surprise again off the deflection. This may, if I recall, Tad, this is their first corner.
They had to throw in deep. I don't remember a corner either.
McCusker will take it. 65 seconds left. Here's McCusker. McCusker to settle. Make the turn. Knocked away. Don't have to hustle here. We're down to 50 seconds. Again, it's McCusker. Slide tackle. McCusker again will need to throw it in. So Eastern kind of counter-punching. Good opportunity here. A cross. And nobody there in particular for Schaefer. And this looks like it's going to be another corner. They'll have to hustle down to 25 seconds now. Schaefer would have been better off shooting that.
Yep.
Gloucester Catholic again, this time on the ground. And Eastern sends it away from the back. It's Maceros. And this one is far and wide.
They still had plenty of time to get that corner kick off, but it looked like it was very rushed. It ended up being overkicked and kind of a worm burner.
7, 6, 5, 4.
Well, they count down the remaining seconds here. It's been a well-played half at Frank McAleer Stadium in Voorhees, New Jersey. The Eastern Vikings have struck first. They lead 1-0 as we head to break. Welcome back. Here you get a look at the difference right now. Doherty setting it to the middle, and again, a whiff by the Rams, and right on the doorstep, knocking it in.
You can almost see where the defender got confused because one of the Eastern players ran in front. Melissa DeMarco looked like she was going to head it, and I think that's what threw the defender off.
Well, again, both of these coaches talked about the importance of scoring the first goal, and it was Eastern to strike first. Now, when these two teams played at Eastern earlier in the season, it was Eastern scoring first, and Gloucester Catholic really turned it on in the second half. They'll need to do exactly that here to win this championship final.
And if there was one of the two teams that could come back better from 1-0 deficit, would be Gloucester Catholic. But again, Eastern has dominated play in this game. This is where you find out what the coach is all about here with the halftime motivation to see if, the undefeated record's on the line, the coaches' tournament's on the line. And this is big for Coach Hornsby, because even though Gloucester Catholic as a school has won this tournament, she as a coach has not.
Maloney sends it out deep. Battle ensues in Gloucester Catholic. Comes away with it. Letting the ball through is Gloucester Catholic's McCusker. Sent back into the Eastern offensive end. Here comes Wright, the goal scorer. She'll look to feed, cannot. McCusker will quickly throw it into Schaefer. Schaefer working against Fredericks in the back. Fredericks, looks like we're going to have a corner.
Well, Schaefer just took off down the sidelines before the throw, and he did a beautiful job to control that ball and force the corner kick. Now you notice Gloucester Catholic taking more time here on this corner kick, unlike the one they had just before the first half ended.
Setting it up inside of 38 minutes here. We've just begun essentially the second half. Top of the box, headed, volleyed. And Melissa DeMarco able to clean it out. Here comes Edelman. A nice little feed, finds Doherty. One-on-one, Doherty through the tackle. But coming up to help from the back is Gloucester Catholic. They'll send it out to the side. And trying to save it is McCusker. And she is unable to do so.
Looked like it stayed on the line, but the linesman says no. Of course, as you're watching at home, we're playing with the yellow line, which is the closest line at the bottom of the screen. It is harder to see the yellow line. That's more of, I guess, the angle when we're up with the press box here.
Field 110 yards in length, 75 yards wide. They do have the ability to widen this out even more.
Really?
Have it replicate, well, the field itself. You can see where the yellow lines are, so they could go a little bit wider, but I think both coaches are very comfortable with the width of this field. Whistle blows. And it will be Eastern ball.
Yeah, we're almost 5 minutes now into the second half, and Eastern still control this game. Gloucester Catholic hasn't shown a lot offensively.
I have been very impressed with Coulter, the sophomore. She sends it away. Down right leg. Here's McCusker. A whole lot of time. McCusker. And she'll feed. I do not see Nikki Stone on the field, by the way. And we believe we had a handball, no call. Looking to try and knock down. Tad, have you seen Stone at all?
She is standing there. She just took her sweatshirt off. Looks like she's trying to get herself in the game. If I had to guess, she was dealing with some cramping issues for this game in her legs. She looks like she's going to the scorer's table. I heard you.
In the box, volleyed out by Eastern. Looking to settle. Nicely done by Edelman. And here comes Nikki Stone.
And she's been the offense. They haven't shown a lot offensively, but when she gets the ball, she has been very dangerous. So if you're Eastern, you make sure you mark number 17.
How would you like to be Sue Ormsby having a player like this who's just a freshman?
Oh,
Get up, let's go on your back.
it's a nice problem to have.
Nice feed. And turning is Gloucester Catholic. Trying to save it. Edelman feeds. Teeing it up, Doherty. And now working to the outside. And this will be played out of bounds. So Wright not take the throw in. Here comes another Viking.
Let's go, girls, go side.
And again, that will be Stagliano.
They've been treating this almost as if it's a corner kick. She'll retreat all the way back to the track and get as much on this as she can.
That's out of bounds.
Interesting to see how Gloucester Catholic reacts as every couple minutes go by in this game. If they start to press more and feel the pressure of coming from behind to try and avoid their first loss of the season.
Sent away. Here's Stone. Stone through traffic. Stone shielding. Stone still on her right foot. Flick feeding. Finds an open teammate. That's Schaefer. Schaefer cuts it through the middle. Schaefer feeds. Headed away. Stone again. Stone will look to break down the defense. Unable to do so.
Good job by Eastern to double team Stone and get the ball away from her.
Nice feed, trying to find a streaking right. Feed inside for DeMarco, and it's Maloney. You had a Ram sandwich here.
It's not only a good job by the goaltender, but it's a good job by the fullback to hold position and keep the Eastern player away. Watch how the fullback here is going to fight for position. Even though she's not going to get to the ball, she's kind of pushing off the Eastern player. You can almost see her using her body like you'd box out in basketball.
Whistle blows. Well, as we mentioned, Kate Ormsby, 115-21-7, 18-0 this year, and has just done a tremendous job with this Gloucester Catholic program.
Well, she's brought stability to the program. They've been outstanding for quite a number of years, but they had a coach who got into some volatile issues with the administration, the school, and Kate has come in and been a nice buffer to that and can keep the winning tradition going to keep the discipline of the program involved.
And have a corner for Eastern.
And Eastern has had some really good scoring opportunities on these corner kicks. They've got some good kicks as Kohler's going to line this one up, so look for another good opportunity here. They've run some good sets.
Well, Kohler with 6 assists on the season. You have to suspect the vast majority coming from the corner. A nice ball inside. Through traffic, DeMarco looks to settle. And just way too strong, DeMarco off the volley. But again, you see the weapon that Kohler represents.
Yeah, she's been able to put the ball almost where you want it every time, right about 6 yards or so in front of that far post. She did it again, and they almost got the goal again.
Inside, flicked away. Eastern continuing to put pressure on. Long shot. Clears. And it will be Gloucester Catholic to send it away. To the middle. Eastern relentless here. DeMarco left foot. Finds right. Right will look to cut it in. No, deflection. That's going to be a corner kick. And again, we'll see Kohler.
Well, Wright had the goal in the game. His good footwork there, got the ball and brings him in for yet another corner kick. I mean, you might be looking at 5 or 6 corner kicks already in this game for Eastern.
So Kohler will take the corner, and then she will hustle back to her sweeper spot.
Come on, girls, we gotta finish that.
Sends it away to the middle, headed up, volleyed. DeMarco rushing onto it. She's working against Schaefer. Turns, and again, Gloucester Catholic able to evade another opportunity.
That's the play Eastern wanted there. They all started in the goal. They all darted back away as if they were going to play defense, and that's exactly where the ball went. They just couldn't get a good leg on it.
By the way, in case you were wondering, if this game goes to overtime, they will play 2 10-minute periods, golden goal, and after that, they will crown each team as co-champion.
And for football people like me as well, the golden goal is another word for sudden death?
That's correct.
Okay, just making sure.
Here's Stone. Stone working 1-on-2. She'll turn, wait, look for help. Again, Stone very active, quick, great ball skills. Here comes Gloucester Catholic's Trey Bosch.
Alley tight.
Schaefer to the middle. Stone working with that left foot. Stone creating space, feed here. Shot on, Bakanowski, a big save, but will result in a corner kick. Looking to just stick it in that near side was Vartrabedian. Again, she is so dangerous, the leading scorer on this Rams team.
She almost got a screen, too, as the fullback tried to go after the ball, but good job to hold position by Bakanowski. But again, all created by the playmaker.
Corner here for Gloucester Catholic. Top of the box, headed forward, and not much there.
You can really see the difference in Gloucester Catholic's offense now that Stone came back in.
It's a good point. I mean, it's vast.
She is there for every open ball. She either gets the open ball or Eastern gets it. That's the way it's been the whole game thus far.
Headed forward. And from the back is Abby Graham. Haven't heard much from Graham today, but she's really a big part of this Gloucester County defense, or Gloucester Catholic defense. Throw in. Gloucester Catholic. Casey Leroy feeds. Finds Sarah Schaefer. Sarah Schaefer to the middle. Looking to settle. Sends it back. And a long volley. Bakanowski will hustle that down.
Looked like Stone tried to do something with that ball to centering pass. She tried to trap it and control it, but lost the handle. She was maybe able to one-time that. Probably might have had a decent scoring opportunity, but again, Eastern a good job to tie that play up.
They might be assisted by Pete Peterson, a great guy in our viewing area out of Westville. Very involved with Gloucester Catholic sports. Soccer team, softball team. His son is a pretty good baseball player by the name of Mike Peterson.
It's amazing that you follow a team like Gloucester Catholic, the lineage of relatives and cousins, people who just pass it down the line from one generation to the next go to that school.
And here's Stone. Stone quickly cut off, but again maintaining possession. A nice ball forward, and again Stone just so dangerous.
Nice defensive read by Campbell to kick that out of bounds and settle things down. Boy, if I'm Eastern, I am all over her. She's the key to stopping her in this game. You stop her, you have a good shot.
To the middle, good opportunity here. Vartrapedian is shut down by Kohler. She has been a stalwart in the back. Stone, again, a nice little touch pass. And cut off by Stagliano.
Good job by Stagliano to make it be a throw-in as well instead of kicking it out the side.
To settle. Gloucester Catholic right there on the doorstep is De Laurentiis.
De Laurentiis tried to get ahead on it and missed it by about 1.5 feet. That's a good effort just to chip that ball in.
Into the game for Eastern, number 16.
Here it is again. You're going to see the centering pass from the near side of the field. That's Schaefer. She just chips it up there, and they're trying to get ahead on it. Boy, she missed that by even less than 1 foot. She gets ahead on that route. That could have been dangerous.
Stone shielding, working against the defender, Ali Zinski. And now Eastern comes away with it. Edelman, long ball, trying to find DeMarco. Collision. And I'll tell you what, that was a big break for Gloucester Catholic.
Yes, it was.
DeMarco did not initiate contact there, but ended up on the short end of that call.
Wow, that would have been almost a breakaway, if not a one-on-one towards the goal.
Sent away by the Rams. 25 minutes and 40 seconds remain in the second half. Again, it's right the goal score. That's the difference. 1-0 here, Vikings. Slide tackle will result in a throw-in for the Vikings. Garbowski, excuse me. Yes, Garbowski.
Good work, Trey!
Headed forward. Looking to settle Stone. Stone volleys to the middle. Trying to find Vartrapedian. Vartrapedian working. And that's just a nice little play by Eastern's Laura Stagliano.
Yeah, they were just jockeying for position throughout. Stagliano won the battle. Able to get the ball to the far side.
Long throw-in, headed forward. Again, Gloucester Catholic starting to pick up the offensive play a little bit here. Long ball, and we're going to have a
Sides, I believe.
offsides call.
Throwing up, went out of bounds. Sorry about that. Yeah, it does seem like we've had a little bit of a slight momentum change here as more of the action in Eastern side of the field here. So you can sense maybe a sense of urgency kicking in for Gloucester Catholic, and they're starting to pressure a little more.
Well, one of the things that Coach McGrady talked about was in that first game against Gloucester Catholic, he felt like his girls just kind of wore down. And we mentioned before the free substitution that had transpired in the first part of the half, and that may be directly attributable to their first performance against Gloucester Catholic.
Well, that's the only way to correct something like that if you feel that was the problem in your first game, is rotate as many players in as you can to solve that problem. So far, he's been able to do that.
Feed to the middle. Gloucester Catholic working their way out. Nicely done. And now the break at Mary Chu. Chu with a lot of territory.
Wow.
Feeding the middle for Schaefer. And negated by Eastern. Coming back onto it. And again, Eastern answers the call here.
You can see how dangerous that Gloucester Catholic is. When they're at full speed on a charge, they are very dangerous. And the Eastern defense was tremendous in knocking that attack down.
Casey Leroy knocks it out of bounds, and Eastern wins that little spar. And there you see Marissa DeMarco, who's had a major role in today's game, and some of the various Vikings looking on. Nice little crowd on hand for our coaches' final at packed house for the boys' game. Ocean City pretty much put on a clinic and really peppered Rancocas Valley. Rancocas Valley with an excellent goalkeeper. And I believe it's Zach Johnson is his name, but he really kept Rancocas Valley in that game. Sent out.
We're almost at the halfway point here, Rob, in the second half. And Gloucester Catholic is showing some signs of life offensively, but Eastern has been able to just being solid since this game started. They're doing a great job of following through and marking on defense. I think Catholic's just waiting for that one rush like they just had a few minutes ago.
Well, earlier this week, we did Ocean City and Clearview, and that's really all it took. Clearview holding on to a one-goal lead, and Ocean City coming back to tie it with 8 seconds remaining. So one opportunity is all you need to tie this up, and again, it will be the golden goal.
Well, Gloucester Catholic definitely has some finishers on this team, so they have some people that can put it in the net. Just a matter if Eastern can stay in good position defensively and hold their ground.
To the back, Abby Graham. And down.
Wow.
And deep goes. It looks to be Ayla. And again, I alluded to that Ocean City game. We saw that last week as well. Clearview girl got a face full, ended up with a bloody nose, and you'll see right here Graham turning and right on the money.
Got it in the air.
There's Nikki Stone now again, quickly creating havoc. Stone, feed to the middle. And nice little read by Maceros to come up and try to take that away. Maceros unable to save it. Will have a Vikings throw in. Now it's going to be Gloucester Catholic.
Well, Stone has primarily been the playmaker in this game. I think you got to look for her start to go to the net now, carry the ball through. Unless she draws a double team that has to dish it off.
Rugby scrum results in an Eastern Viking win. Volleyed up, headed forward. Again, Kohler has done such a great job this afternoon. A volley, trying to find Stone. You see the speed and explosiveness of Stone. She'll try to break down the defense, but there's 2 to beat. Stone again.
Yes, Allie!
Solid defense there by Eastern. Nice little play by Allie Zinski to negate Nikki Stone.
Arbowski in there as well in the double team. They're doing a good job of holding their ground and being aware of her on the field.
Schaefer now to the middle. Stone tries the shield, does. Has room. Stone turns. Left foot, Stone. And a deflection, and Bakanowski handles.
Nice job by Kohler to keep the arms down so as not to get a handball in the box. That's a good job on her part.
And look at the powerful right leg of Bakanowski. And we didn't talk about this, but she doesn't even really like to play goalkeeper.
Well, I think she's stuck there now.
Again, a good rush here for Gloucester Catholic. Trying to cut it inside, but just perhaps waiting a bit too long was Mary Chu.
Well, Megan McClusker went to the far side goal. 3 defenders were drawn to the ball. McClusker was wide open. They just couldn't get the ball to her.
Long feed, and Maloney will rush on and take it. You can see Gloucester Catholic now, inside of 20 minutes, starting to push up little by little, and maybe risking, you know, an Eastern Viking breakout.
Well, you're going to reach a point in the game where they're going to really start to risk and really take chances, and that's when you're going to maybe see some breakaways for either team in this game.
Stone tries to feed, negated. Fredericks sends it the other way. Here's Graham. Graham, nice little job by Graham to work out of her own end. Graham tries to feed, too strong for De Laurentiis.
Eastern trying to get 3 subs in the game. They're going to need to throw it in their favor to do so, and again, keep some players fresh.
Here's Gloucester Catholic off the throw-in. To the middle, Stone off the volley. Wide.
Even though they missed that, that was a beautiful drop pass trying to get that ball back to Nikki Stone. Stone was open. She just hit the ball, but what a pass to get that into Stone.
Number 24.
And we talked about Coach McGordy's propensity for free substitution. We see it here, keeping his players fresh. 18 minutes remaining in this game.
It's a great strategy by Coach.
On the back, Eastern having a little difficulty, and again, sails over the crossbar.
The Catholic getting closer and closer on every attempt. Here's a replay here. As they come up the slide, here's the left-footed kick, just a little bit too much as they kick it over the net.
Bakanowski looked like she had that handled. Here's Kohler. Now see into the booth is the Eastern head boys soccer coach, the illustrious Pete DeFeo. Now, we have a strange set of circumstances because Eastern was scheduled to play Cherry Hill East 3 times in the span of a week. Now they tied Cherry Hill East, so haven't had an opportunity to touch base with Coach DeFeo, but that likely won't happen. They will face them in the first round of the playoffs, but that's something you see very rarely. Pete was very excited about that prospect as well, I might add.
I don't think I can ever remember having to play a team 3 times in a week.
Unless it was in college and you had 3-game sets, baseball-wise.
That's true.
16:45 left. Eastern with the throw-in. Turn down the far flank. Eastern. And again, it's been Gloucester Catholic who's had the better of play here late in the second half. They have not really put together a tremendous opportunity. And Bakanowski has been very strong in goal.
Well, Eastern is doing a good job now. They're dropping back. They want to make sure they have at least one more player back on defense, and Catholic leads back offensively.
And this will result in a goal kick.
Barnabedian's going to come back in again. She's your leading goal scorer with 20 coming in, followed by Stone, who has 10. So you look for one of the 2 of them. Also, De Laurentiis with 12. That's another interesting point. We haven't really talked about Eastern. Eastern, you have to dig deep to find anybody in the top 50 or top 60 in scoring. They do a good job of spreading it out.
And again, it's Rubino who is really their primary threat, and they are without her. They'll be without her for the remainder of the season. Again, Gloucester Catholic unable to get out of their own end. Nice job, and just nobody there for the Vikings. So down to 15 minutes left, 1-0 Eastern. Doherty fed right off of a misplay by the Gloucester Catholic defense resulted in our only goal. So again, mistakes very critical, particularly in championship play. Whenever you play a game, no matter what the sport's at, if you make a mistake, you're playing a quality opponent, a good chance they're going to cash in on it.
Yeah, the other teams can capitalize on it. That's the difference when you get to playoff games. Regular season games, you might be playing an opponent that's not able to capitalize, but every game gets tougher and tougher, and every mistake gets magnified.
That's exactly right. Now, coming on to it, it's Fredericks. Throwing to Custer. No, that's Schaefer. Fielding, crossing, volleying, nothing.
Dita Rennis had the right idea. She tried for the quick one-timer to possibly throw off the goaltender Kozeniewski, but again, a missed kick.
At this point, Eastern content to collisions out there. Eastern content to simply force it down the Gloucester Catholic defensive end, apply some pressure. Time is their ally.
It'll be easy here for Gloucester Catholic to figure out how much time is remaining because they're facing the clock here as we go throughout this game, and it's going to go quicker and quicker for them as this game moves on.
Right cut off. And a nice little play by Ashley Schaefer. And again, Eastern, continued pressure. Orange will be looking for a call here.
They were looking for, it looked like a possible handball from up here, but no call by the official.
Again, a long throw-in. Headed. Here comes Gloucester Catholic. A lot of room trying to feed Lorenz. She'll look for a long ball to Stone. That's just too strong with Kohler and Kozeniewski in the defensive end.
He had a 3-on-3, but she just overkicked it. Ooh, look out there.
Punted away. A little flick. Wright will race onto it, but it's going to be Graham to win that race. DeMarco. Nice ball. Top of the box. A feed from Campbell.
Hey, good play, but don't get that, not that much time there, buddy.
Turns. Sent away by Schaefer. Well Rams.
Gloucester Catholic crowd trying to get their team back into it, but this Eastern team tends to hold really nicely on defense when Catholic puts that pressure on, especially near the 18.
Rams from the back again. Trying to set things up, and
that's a pass there. I don't know if she's looking up for her left wing, Mary Chu, but Chu was a good 30 yards behind that pass.
well, at this point, with 11 minutes and change remaining, you have to feel the Stones starting to press, maybe trying to do a little bit too much.
Yeah, especially, I think, if you get under that 10-minute mark, and that's when I think mentally it really starts to affect you.
Look forward by DeMarco. To the middle. Gloucester Catholic having difficulty getting out of their own end. Sent out. Throw in here for the Rams.
I think if you're Catholic, you're just looking to get a lightning rush off the field because that seems to be when they're at their most effective. And if you're Eastern, you're trying to shut that down. Just get the ball down the other end of the field any way you can.
Well, you know, if you're Kate Ormsby, you kind of have to like being in this situation prior to the playoffs. You probably had few opportunities to play from behind here, and gives you an opportunity to see what your girls are going to do in this situation, how they react, can they maintain their composure, what we had talked about earlier, that they illustrated as a key to this game.
And that's what a good coach has to do. You have to take a situation like this, make it a learning experience. The season isn't over if you drop this game. Just got to use it as a learning experience. Wow, nice defensive play there on Eastern against Nikki Stone. I believe that was Kohler in there in that play. Kohler's played a great game.
Going up. Right. Possesses, turns, feeds. Edelman. Turns, and again we'll have a throw in. 9 minutes and 25 seconds now. And again, Eastern continues to freely substitute.
And this is that time of the game we've been talking about. This is when it's going to pay off, so we'll keep an eye on the loose ball situations and see who gets to them first. This is where that rest can really pay off for you.
And a throw in here.
It looked like Catholic was showing us some signs of life there, controlling a decent amount of the action. Now Eastern's starting to get a little bit of offensive play.
Eastern will flick forward, and again, at this point, Eastern has to be content to see what's transpiring here. Very little except time.
Yeah, and when in doubt, just kick it away. If you have to kick it out, kick it out. If you have to kick it down the field, just get it out of the zone.
Reminder, we'll have football for you. Matchup. We played Saturday, Deptford and Williamstown. Deptford,
great game.
Now in Group 2. And Williamstown, of course, in Group 4.
That's a big game for both teams, as that's the last week of the playoffs as well. To qualify for the playoffs, I should say. Deptford with the win, they're assured the #1 seed in Group 2.
.7:45 left. Again, it's in the Gloucester Catholic defensive end. Eastern High School looking for their first coaches tournament championship.
Well, unless we see something drastic, they're on their way. They have played a heck of a game. They just have to finish this last 7 minutes and some change.
Stone, a little flick. And Stone with the throw-in, so
a lot of indecision there with the referees.
Again, Gloucester Catholic warded off by the Eastern defense, cutting through. Good opportunity. Wow. Right foot shot, score! Far post shot and score. The blast from Trebosh. We're tied at 1.
We talk about the Lightning scoring ability, and there it was right there. Amanda Trebosh picks up the ball, cuts it inside, past one defender, past another defender. Here she is now inside the 18, past the third defender, and drills it into the net. Talk about coming up big when your team needed it.
Well, Rachel Campbell had an opportunity on the slide tackle, and we talked about this before in terms of conditioning. McGroarty felt that his team's kind of wore down in that last game, and that's a situation where when you're tired, instead of trying to slide tackle, you just try to flick it away with the foot. And you can see that the momentum has changed dramatically now as Gloucester Catholic ties it up inside of 7 minutes here. Just a beautiful goal by Trebosh. Far corner, tied at 1.
And again, I think that's just the case you tip your cap to Trebosh. She made a superior effort to get by 3 defenders and score. You just got to hope if you're Eastern, Catholic doesn't come up with another charge.
And here's Stone now at midfield. Stone through the slide tackle. Stone still the foot on her, and a little flick forward, and it's going to be Kohler in the back. Stone unable to handle. Right, the goal scorer for the Vikings looks for DeMarco. Instead, it's Graham who sends it in the other direction. Onside is Vartrabedian, and we talked about just how dangerous she is. We can sense the physical nature of play picking up considerably. A lot on the line here. The Rams now feeding off the adrenaline that Trebosh has provided.
Just had a nutmeg there.
And that's a dangerous tackle.
I think if you're Eastern here, you got to weather the storm the next minute and a half in this game. Even though we have 5.5 minutes remaining in this game, you can really sense that Gloucester Catholic is at a fever pitch right now.
All of a a sudden, things have turned considerably here. The fortunes of Gloucester Catholic. Nikki Stone still with the ball, working, feeds the middle, knocked away. And right now, it's just Eastern trying to fend off this Rams attack.
It's almost like Gloucester Catholic has found another gear and kicked it in.
Look at Nikki Stone, knocked off the ball, get right back up. Now she's on her back.
Somebody's got to be open if you have two defenders on you.
Again, that's what we talked about. Her just maybe trying to do a little bit too much. DeMarco tries to feed, but again, this degree of hustle we haven't seen from Gloucester Catholic all afternoon. Now stolen away. Here comes Doherty. Cross, good opportunity, head! What a opportunity! And a pass from Doherty, incredible, right on the head.
It was Edelman that comes in. You see Doherty here down the right side. She's just trying to get it up there. And here's your head ball. That's a heck of an effort, just missing it to the short side. Eastern needed a play like that to calm things down.
So 4 minutes and change left. Headed forward for the Rams. 50-50 ball. And it looks like it's Gloucester Catholic coming away. Vartrabedian still with the ball, pushing it forward. We've mentioned top goal scorer on this team. Cuts it back inside. Left foot shot, Bakanowski. Whew.
This definitely has that championship playoff atmosphere.
To midfield. The Rams now really putting on the pressure late in this game.
And Eastern's been back on their heels the last 10 minutes of this game. They need this clock to run out in a hurry to get their breath and get to an overtime period because Catholic is charging away.
Little flick. Stone will rush onto it. Instead, it's sent out, so the Rams will have a throw-in. They continue to mount pressure from the back quickly. That's Schaefer. Schaefer to the middle. Schaefer looks, and just a little bit too strong for her teammate and her sister, Sarah Schaefer.
Now she's a little bit extra fired up. She overkicked that ball big time to the far side.
2 minutes, 45 seconds and counting. Second half tied at 1. Wright, the goal scorer for Eastern in the first half. Trey Bosch inside of 7 minutes for the Rams here remaining in this second half. Stone on the doorstep, headed away. Opportunity, top of the box, 18 yards, and taken away.
That's Morgan Kohler. What a play by Kohler. She has just been solid tonight. Whistle stop play. That's where the goaltender let that ball slide.
Eastern off the restart here. 2 minutes left. To the middle. And in the back, Abby Graham, who just loves physical play. Little feed looking for Wright, taken away from Gloucester Catholic. Finding the seam, a little touch pass. Nicely done. Here's Stone. Stone breaks through the defense. Stone continuing to put pressure. To the wing. Stolen away. But again, it's Gloucester Catholic just giving Eastern fits. Great opportunity here. DeLaurentis just really putting on continued pressure, and Stone feeds. Stone knocked down. Throw in for Eastern.
You can really see the skill that some of these Gloucester Catholic players have. They are tough when they have the ball.
To the middle. Headed away. Again, Stone rushing onto it. Stone has it knocked away. And you can see this Gloucester Catholic team really looking for Stone. Stone creates space. Finds Trey Bosch. From the back, a feed to the middle. Top of the box. Headed up. Good opportunity. Bakanowski just in time to steal it away from Vartrabedian. Looking for another goal to add to her team lead.
Probably the best thing that could have happened to Eastern. Get the ball back to the goaltenders. You can see she cleared it well up the field. Here it is again. You can see almost able to get by here is Vartrabedian. But a good job by Bakanowski to come out and make the play.
Vartrabedian almost able to head that to herself. Here's Wright. Wright cuts through the middle. Right. And the Rams turn it around. Stone looks to settle. Falling down as a Viking. 15 seconds left. Stone. And feeds the far flank inside of 10 seconds now. And Eastern content to send it to the middle. And that will do it. We are through regulation. We head to break. In fact, we head to overtime. Gloucester Catholic, Eastern, tied at 1, and the championship final of the South Jersey Coaches Soccer Finals. Welcome back to Eastern High School. 2 10-minute halves, tied at 1.
Boy, if you're Eastern, you got to be kicking yourself because you dominated this game. And I think if you're Gloucester Catholic, you feel fortunate to be in this situation that you're in. And the way that last 10 minutes of this game came down, look out here if you're Eastern, because I think Gloucester Catholic's going to send everything at Eastern.
In overtime, again, 2 10-minute halves. The first half, 10 minutes. They'll switch sides and then play the other half. Obviously, as you said, sudden death or the golden goal will end it.
And then the only difference between regular season here, Rob, is they tell us after those 2 10 minutes, that's it, we would have co-champs.
That's correct.
And they're trying to get the clock to start, but the clock is not now the clock is going.
Our clock operator is very challenged. Just giving head coach Bill Mulvihill a hard time. Head coach of Morristown High School. He's done a tremendous job with that program. Despite his inabilities to operate heavy machinery.
That's what you hear in the background. Oh man, this is obviously the coaches' tournament, so a lot of the coaches are up here in the press box running the stuff, and that's what you're hearing in the background.
My director also chimed in my ear, or computers. I've got a great story to tell you about Bill Mulvihill and computers. But first, let's take a look at this corner kick.
And this has been Eastern's game thus far when it comes to corner kicks. They have been very good off the plays in the corner kick, and they'll start in the goal. Let's see where they set this play.
Corner for Eastern. Kohler. Nice ball, headed up, away. And nobody there but the Rams to clear it.
But again, a nice entry pass on the corner kick.
To the middle. From the back. And again, Eastern putting on pressure here early in this first period of overtime. Throwing it in is Stagliano.
We got an extra up here.
Nice little turn. Doherty's been so impressive this afternoon. Here's Stone.
Whoa.
Oh, excuse me, that's not Stone. That's actually De Laurentiis. Little flick from the back. Caceres.
In case you're wondering, Nikki Stone is not in the game. She was on the bench. She was really shaken up late in that regulation period.
Chasing it down will be Graham. Graham shielding against Edelman. And Edelman, an opportunity. Graham with the superior size, able to work Edelman off the ball. Here comes Gloucester Catholic, near flank, a little give and go. McCusker to the middle.
Eastern was smart in that play. There were 4 defenders back ready to challenge the ball.
Throw in near flank, volleyed high into the middle. Whistle blows.
I guess went out of bounds. Going to come to near, coming back the other way in the throw.
To the middle, headed. With a bicycle kick by Fredericks. And here come the Rams. That's a nice ball. Rushing onto it is Vartrabedian. And it's Kohler who's been outstanding.
Yeah, she's your defensive player of the game for either team. She's been tremendous.
And quickly throwing, turning it around. The Rams, McCusker. And she's cut off again.
Good effort, though, to try and save that by Grabowski.
into the game for Gloucester.
Nikki Stone will check in,
Nikki Stone.
as will Wright. So you have the goal scorer and perhaps the most dominant player today coming back in.
They go to get the ball to Stone right away. Susie comes in.
Through traffic, Stone shielding. Stone so strong on the ball.
Throwing.
Let's go, Lisa, let's go.
A chance to settle that one and blow it.
Gloucester Catholic having difficulty in the offensive end, but a nice little play by Maceros to the middle. And who's there? Kohler. Midfield. And rushing onto it, turning. And that will be out of play.
Well, Gloucester Catholic's already been in this situation in this tournament. They played Holy Cross in their opening round game, 0-0. That game went down to corner kicks. The Gloucester Catholic won 2-1. As we mentioned, this game will not come down to penalty kicks. But I'll tell you what, you can just see Gloucester Catholic. This overtime period doesn't seem to be phasing them a bit.
How do you feel about this idea of a co-champion?
I'll let you call this here real quick. Ooh. I think it's actually a good idea in this situation because we still have a playoff field in front to keep it going. I think we need another break.
Here's Stone. Stone will run onto it. Stone tries to cut it back inside. That's a fine defensive play. What a great little play again by Ali Zinski. She has made some beautiful plays here. And first to cut off Stone and then to get it before it results in a corner. Are they rolling a corner or a throw in here?
I believe we're going for a corner.
So Zinski
nice
was
play.
not able to save it in time. Dangerous opportunity here for the Rams. 4:20 and counting. Long ball. And
wow. You don't want it out there.
I mean, that has been an appreciable difference as well in these two teams. Kohler has been tremendous off of the corners.
And Catholic really hasn't gotten a solid performance from their corner kicking game. That's about the third ball they've kicked well beyond the 18.
Sent away. Eastern now. DeMarco. Nice little ball, far flank. Running onto it. Good opportunity. And Graham, I believe it was.
Yeah, Abigail Graham came in there. She just got enough of that ball to get it out. Otherwise, that could have been your ball game. Looks like you're going to try for the long throw and try and get it in the box.
Edge of the box. Volleyed out. Eastern. And that is Campbell. Here's Stone. Stone. Turns. Knocked down by Eastern's Favat. Again, it's Stone.
And Stone will run you over if she has to. She's a very aggressive player, and she drew the whistle on that one. Gloucester Catholic fans you here aren't happy, but that was a good call.
It's pretty interesting because the game, of course, being played at Eastern High School, in theory, a neutral site for this tournament, but it ends up being a home game for all intents and purposes for the Vikings. But it seems as though Gloucester Catholic may have a larger presence in terms of the stands.
Yeah, they brought a couple of extra in the student body are here. Still a good crowd, though, none throughout this game. But they're very vocal, Gloucester Catholic fans.
Gloucester Catholic now. Here's Stone. Stone. Shield stolen by Wright. Right to the middle. Looks for Edelman. Finds Edelman. Edelman.
Wow.
Nice little play to set up her teammate. Again, Eastern. Inside of 2 minutes, Eastern and Graham. Partial volley. 50-50 ball here. Sent away. And again, here comes Stone. Stone feeds, finds Vartrabedian. So dangerous. Vartrabedian Kohler. What a matchup. Vartrabedian. And now coming back on defense. Tremendous hustle by Fredericks to shut down Nikki Stone.
Great play by Fredericks. She was about 20 yards behind the ball and just sprinted. She used a good job to play the angle and got there in time to run interference and make the play.
And again,
whoa,
another Viking takes it in the noggin. Slightly dazed was Campbell. Here's Wright. And this will result in a Viking throw-in with 69 seconds left. Throw in here. DeMarco looking for Doherty. Fired up, throw in. And DeMarco ends up on her back. Vikings will throw the ball in now with 40 seconds left. And again, it's their throw-in specialist, Stagliano. Eastern. And missed opportunities. DeMarco unable to feed Stagliano. So down to 24 seconds left in this, the first overtime. Tied at 1. Trey Bosch tied the game inside of 7 minutes remaining for Gloucester Catholic. And it was right in the first half for Eastern. McCusker. And inside of 10 seconds now, Vartrabedian. Stone from way out, shot on, and Bakanowski saves it to end the first overtime. A well-played first overtime, no surprise. We'll go to the last 10 minutes. Gloucester Catholic, Eastern, tied at 1. Welcome back to Eastern High School. Rob Christ along with Tadd Kozeniewski. It's evening now. This game started at 4 o'clock. First game, Ocean City defeated Rancocas Valley 3-1. We are tied at 1 in the second overtime, and Gloucester Catholic's McCusker knocked away by Kohler. Another opportunity shot. Bakanowski watches it just off the far post.
McCusker came in. That was a good effort there. They did a couple good jobs of jockeying for position, got the quick shot on, but again, good position for Bakanowski. She had enough of the goal and hit that pole. Man, this Gloucester Catholic team, they can score in a hurry. They can create their opportunities and really tip your cap to this Eastern team. They have played a tremendous game tonight.
Here's Stone. Stone a flick forward. And Bakanowski. Eastern will be shooting at the goal that has been scored into twice. Both goals coming at that end. Here's DeMarco by herself. DeMarco and Maloney. We talked about her quickness. An excellent read. Slides onto it to negate the on-rushing Marissa DeMarco.
Well, she saved the undefeated season there. That is a big-time play to come out and slide and make a play. That tough play look easy.
That's exactly what you want in a goalkeeper, someone who's instinctive and decisive.
Here it is again. You're going to see a nice chip up there by our goal scorer. Now it's a foot race. The goaltender realizes she's got to get out there in a hurry. She slides with her body to protect herself. The ball is kicked, but kicked right into the goaltender who held on.
What a great replay by our crew. Nice job. And DeMarco negated by Maloney. To the middle. Gloucester Catholic having trouble in their own end. Edelman battles. And finally, it's the Rams that come away with it. So Leroy able to work it out.
A lot of open field here, Rob.
Cross in the middle. With time. Vartrabedian looks for Stone. Stone. Shields turns. Stone feeds. Beautiful score! What a play by Nikki Stone, finding Vartrabedian. Gloucester Catholic, your 2005 champion.
Gloucester Catholic goals.
Well, we mentioned that Nikki Stone's so dangerous at the top, and you see the great feed from Stone, finding the dangerous Vartrabedian, and Eastern just has to feel devastated right now. What a tremendous effort by this Eastern Vikings team. Stick around. We'll have post-game interviews and a wrap-up right after this. Gloucester Catholic, your 2006 champion. They win it 2-1 in the second overtime.
Ladies and gentlemen, have a nice round of applause for both teams. The Eastern Vikings and the Gloucester Catholic Rams, your 2005 Coaches Tournament champions.
Welcome back to Eastern High School. Gloucester Catholic victorious 2-1. Second overtime here at the South Jersey Coaches Association Championship Final with winning coach Kate Ormsby. Kate, again, your first championship win. It has to feel sweet. You come against an Eastern team you had such respect for. Not only did you win, you talked initially about the first goal being so important. This team really illustrated some tremendous resiliency.
Yeah, it's kind of ironic. This game kind of mirrored the game we had played against Eastern earlier in the season, where they came out and pretty much dominated the first half, got the 1-0 going into the second half. And, you know, I pretty much recycled my speech, my halftime speech from the prior game, and just told them that, you know, they were going to have to come out and really kick it up a notch, and they did. And about 6-7 minutes left, Amanda Trebosh put one home. And then once they realized that they can play with these guys, I think that's the confidence that they need. So getting that goal, and then I knew, you know, once we got that first goal, that, you know, a victory was definitely within our grasp. So.
Well, again, we mentioned that this was your first win as head coach for a championship final, the second for Gloucester Catholic. You know, the players obviously will take a great deal from this. Why don't you talk a little bit about you as a coach? What do you take away from this?
It's just kind of affirms us as a legitimate program in South Jersey, and I guess in a selfish sense tells me that I'm doing an okay job. We have a lot of quality players, and for me to be able to work with them day in and day out has just been a dream. And now to see the benefits of it is just amazing, and to win this is just, I mean, we didn't really, once we got rolling in the season, we were doing some good things. I kind of knew the sky was the limit, but I didn't really think it was going to be this high. So I'm really proud of them. They worked really hard, and, you know, this is a great milestone for them. But we still have one more tournament to play, and they're looking forward to that. So when all that's said and done, you know, then you can ask me about the success of the season. But for right now, we'll take this, and we're very appreciative that, you know, we got the result and won the South Jersey Championship, and we'll take it for what it's worth.
You really talked about how important this tournament was before the game started. When we talked, you mentioned that this may even be more important to you and the ladies, more so than the playoffs, but obviously now you're in the position to be very greedy.
Right, yeah, this, I mean, it's just a whirlwind. I mean, playing in the South Jersey Coaches Tournament, it's very competitive. You know, teams don't lay off each other. They go hard all the way through, and it's nice to be able to play with the bigger schools, the Group 4 schools and the Group 3 schools, and kind of prove that, you know, some of the smaller schools are just as dangerous and just as quality program that some of these big schools are. And, you know, I think everybody that's not inside the Olympic Conference is kind of cheering us on right now because, you know, a couple coaches said, let's represent our conference and show them that, you know, we're playing some good soccer all the way around South Jersey. And this is nice. This is for everybody.
Well, there's little doubt that there was quality soccer this afternoon. Both teams really played well, I thought. And I think I was really impressed with just the crisp nature of play. And I think the last goal was indicative of that. Our own Tadd Kozeniewski has the two players who really were orchestrators of that dramatic goal.
And on my left here we have Nikki Stone, and on my right Jenny Vardabedi. And we're going to start here with the freshman Nikki Stone. Did you ever imagine your first year Gloucester Catholic would be like it has so far this year?
No, I had no clue. I'm just really excited to be on this team.
As you came to this game tonight, what did you expect coming into the game against a team that you already beat earlier in the year?
Well, we expected a tough battle like it was last time. Came down to the neck and neck, and we just pulled it off again.
Well, you had an outstanding goal to win this game. We're going to talk about that goal right now. Tell me about the play and then what happened as the ball went in the net.
Well, I didn't score. Jenny did. But I just turned and saw her yelling, picked her out and passed it, and she just put it in.
Now, throughout the game, we noticed that you were having, I don't know, some kind of problems, or you having some kind of legs problems. What was going on throughout the game with your injuries?
Well, this morning I had training, and I kind of pulled my hamstring, I think, and then I kind of hit my knee in this game, so...
It feels better after a big win like that.
Yeah, of course.
Well, congratulations on a big game and then the game-winning assist.
Thank you.
going to swing over to my right now and talk to Jenny now. Jenny, coming in this game, you're the leading goal scorer on the team. What was your thoughts going into halftime the way this game was going?
We were all nervous or whatever, and I thought I had to do something to win this team and to make us be the championship winners, and I just knew what I had to do, and I had to help my team score. We had to work for each other, and I guess I pulled it off.
Now, this is the second time you've played on this field and this type of surface. What's the difference for you with this field and playing on grass?
It's a faster pace because it's smooth, and you have to work harder for it. But you have to move for it a lot, and it's just way much faster than grass.
Did the girls on the team feel any frustration with the way the defensive Eastern was kind of playing really tough on you girls today?
Yeah, they were double teaming us and stuff, but our team, they told us to move. We had to work off each other, and that's what we did, and obviously we scored.
Now, speaking of scoring, you had the game-winning goal in this game. We had it from your assist. How did you read that last play?
I saw the swarm of the defense going at Nikki Stone, and I was just yelling because I knew I was open, and she just gave me a beautiful ball, and I put it in.
Well, congratulations on a great performance here tonight. Best of luck in the playoffs, and congratulations on the win again in the championship.
Thank you.
All right, let's send it back to Rob now.
Well, again, Tad, a tremendous finish here by Gloucester Catholic. I think, what Coach Wormster talked about was oftentimes these smaller schools kind of have a Napoleonic complex. They feel like they really have something to prove. This was an opportunity, this coaches tournament and all the coaches tournaments, an opportunity for the smaller schools to really prove that they belong. Gloucester Catholic has more than proven that they belong.
Yeah, they played against a big school today, a very talented team in Eastern who did a great job, even with their injuries. So I was very impressed. Even though Eastern lost this game, I thought Eastern played a tremendous game, and I look for big things from them in the group playoffs.
Well, for Eastern, it's going to be tough. Tomorrow they will play a Triton team, so they'll have to bounce back immediately. Gloucester Catholic with some time off, but they have to feel good. They will revel in this victory. Once again, your final score, Gloucester Catholic defeats Eastern High School 2-1, the second overtime of the coaches tournament final. For my partner, Tadd Kozeniewski, my director, Stan Ritter, I'm Rob Chris. Thanks for joining us. Good night, everybody.